One thing's for certain. She definitely picked the wrong cheer captain.
Dad is dead. There is a dog.
You bought strawberries. Who do you think you are?
You buy homemade bread?
What are you, QAnon?
What makes him happy?
Not being in this movie?
Not being in this movie.
A lifetime of Hallmark.
Well, hello, everybody. It's your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of A Lifetime of Hallmark, where we talk about your favorite movies on Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel and try to make sense of them. I'm Les Kirkendall-Barrett. Hello, Jason Bowers.
Hello, Les Kirkendall-Barrett.
And hello, Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Hello, Les Kirkendall-Barrett, and hello, Jason Bowers. And hello to our new intro.
We have a new song. Yeah, we have a new opening, which made me laugh. I really like it.
Oh, good.
I kind of want to hear it again.
All right, look. Hey, well, here we go.
Dad is dead. There is a dog.
You bought strawberries. Who do you think you are?
You buy homemade bread?
What are you, QAnon?
What makes him happy?
Not being in this movie?
Not being in this movie.
A lifetime of Hallmark. Yeah. How about that?
That's really funny.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Kurt was lamenting.
Yeah.
What was the thing that you said in the last one that you were kind of like overhearing?
Well, Dad is dead. I like that one. Dad is dead. There's a dog. But there's another one like, Roger wants to work. That was that.
Right. But what was in the old intro that you were just sick of hearing yourself say?
Oh, scissoring. I didn't know.
I hadn't considered scissoring. Yeah.
I had considered scissoring. Yeah.
Well, hi guys.
Well, hey. Well, it's another week. It's another movie. We did 2 Lifetime movies in a row, and I'm not mad.
Well, also both movies. One of the 2 of the actors or actresses were in both movies.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, one of them recently had a birthday. Our friend Meredith Thomas.
Yeah, happy birthday, Meredith.
Yes, who I love it now on these scenes where you open the door and it's like, oh, hi, Meredith.
She is.
I knew she was in this one, so I was like waiting. I was like, when's she going to be in it? Like, where's Meredith? Where is she?
Yeah, it's like whenever they want a troubled mom, they call Meredith.
Yeah.
But I like it.
She's good at that, yeah.
I like it.
So the girl from last week's movie that played Angie in Do You Trust Your Boyfriend? She's in this movie as the main character. But so I went to double check that in fact was true, and I couldn't find Do You Trust Your Boyfriend because on IMDb it is still called Killer Profile. So it was going to be part of the
name better.
It is part of the Killer universe, or would have been, but they didn't stow it with that title after all.
Killer Profile.
Yeah, since it dealt with social media.
Wow.
Yeah, because profile could mean multiple things. So.
And maybe that's why they changed it.
Yeah.
True. And this one, the wrong cheerleader was a cheerleader captain.
Cheer captain.
The wrong cheer captain.
The wrong cheer captain. The one thing I love about the wrong universe is they will eke out they will like just ride a subject until the wheel.
Oh, I don't think it's ever going to end.
I feel like this one, they deliberately unscrewed the lug nuts on the wheels. Like they let them be loose right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely cast a couple people based on looks.
Yeah.
And I like now with the Vivica catchphrase, which I will. If you're new, first of all, if you're new to the podcast, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. And so, in the wrong movies, I don't want to spoil it for you if this is your wrong movie that you're hearing about, but Vivica has a catchphrase. And I love in this one, she literally stopped, looked at the camera, did a pose, and said her catchphrase.
That's her moment.
I will say in this movie, though, the way in which the catchphrase was delivered was much softer than we normally get. Because it's normally like a moment, normally like the moment right after a fight. So it's a little more aggressive in the way it's said. In this one, like they're sitting there drinking tea.
Right. It was like they forgot to add it in the movie. Like, oh no, we forgot our catchphrase.
Oh,
We
they
gotta
would
shoot an extra
never
little
forget
scene.
that. That's like you know when an actor first gets a script for something they're cast in, and they immediately go and look and count how many lines they have. Like that is Vivica's first task when she gets the script is. Where is my wrong line? Where is it? It better be in there before I even sign off on producing this thing. That's got to be there.
And I think this is the first time that we've seen the catchphrase without it following an act of violence.
Right.
Yeah, possibly.
I think so.
Yeah.
I wanted to see. I was expecting that. I thought someone was going to get hit over the head by a spoon or something like that, and then you picked the wrong cheer. Was it?
Cheer captain. Yeah, but it's much quieter. Here it is again.
One thing's for certain. She definitely picked the wrong cheer captain.
It's kind of soothing.
Yeah. And you know what else we haven't mentioned about this movie? Not that we're going to dive into it, obviously, but Jackee is in it too.
Jackee's in it. So this was like, so Meredith was in it. Jackee was in it. Vivica was in it. Angie or Kate in this movie was in it.
They need to do a wrong movie to end all wrong movies and have all of those actresses in it, plus Eric Roberts, Tracy Nelson, and Michael Madsen and Tara Reid.
You know,
put them all in one movie together, like the Avengers.
I'm a little worried about Tracy Nelson.
Why?
Because we haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah.
Every time we bring up, I remember that I want to contact her because I think I could get her on the show.
But is Meredith the new Tracy Nelson?
I do feel like Meredith is getting a role that if Tracy Nelson were available, that she would probably get. Not that Meredith isn't deserving.
Up in the ranks.
Yeah, and that's possible too.
We could still talk to Tracy Nelson about square pegs,
of course.
And you know,
of course.
That's probably.
Or maybe Tracy's just taking some. You know, maybe she has other things going on at the because it seems like they gunned these out so fast that maybe she has like something else going on.
Yeah,
what is she
during the filming?
Father Dowling Mysteries, wasn't she on that?
Hey, look, they're rebooting everything. Who knows?
You never know. Sister Steve could do that.
Bosley is Tom. I don't think Tom Bosley's still around.
He's not, but Tracy Nelson is. So maybe they're going to do it with her. Maybe it's like Father Dowling has a long lost brother or something.
Yeah, because I just read they're rebooting the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with a whole new cast. They're rebooting the Wonder Years.
Yeah, well, the Wonder Years is going to be on ABC this fall. The Fresh Prince one, though, is unique because it's being rebooted as an hour-long drama.
Okay, see, I don't know about this.
Well, so this is why this happened, is there was a young filmmaker that did like a video that went viral where it was like a trailer for The Fresh Prince if The Fresh Prince were an hour-long drama, talking about how he's this inner city Philadelphia kid coming in the culture clash of being in, Bel Air. And Will Smith saw it, loved it, and started shopping the rights to it, and Peacock picked it up.
So is Aunt Viv going to be crying all the time? I don't know if I can handle this. Or what about what's her name? My favorite one, not Haley, but Hillary. What about Hillary?
Well,
Hillary was my favorite.
I am curious because so much of what people loved about that first show were these very broad caricatures that were, Carlton and Hillary and Jeffrey the butler.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
That's right.
What happens when Jazz, right? Jazzy Jeff played Jazz, right? When he gets like thrown out of the house.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like really? Is it going to be like a really?
Uncle Phil's going to beat the shit out of him.
He just beat the shit out of him. He gets like catapulted out of the
bloody.
house.
And then what happens a few
really
seasons in?
moment.
But what is this? So is Aunt Viv at like season 3 going to be like in a horrible car accident and then come back as a new Aunt Viv?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, with like new plastic surgery, and yeah, they have to explain it.
They take the bandages off and it's a new Aunt Viv.
Everything has, yeah, everything has to be justified.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
I enjoyed that trailer when it was circulating. I do like the concept of taking a comedy or, a story that was presented as a comedy and now presenting it with a dramatic take. I think there's something interesting about that.
Now, the reboot that I'm really into and that I'm loving right now, the reboot of Fantasy Island.
Really?
It's really good.
It's like a reality show now, right?
No.
So Fantasy Island, it's the actual Fantasy Island, and so it's Mr. Rourke's niece has taken over.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yes.
When I first heard they were doing another TV reboot, I was like, oh man, if they sell that to a streamer and do like half a season with a massive budget, that could be really cool. And then I heard it was on network TV, so I was like, I don't know if that's going to be as good.
And Kurt, you might know this person. A Fringer was the special guest. A former Fringe touring person was the special guest star last week. Do you know Cliff Chamberlain?
No.
Cliff Chamberlain was someone who I met on the circuit, and Cliff Chamberlain was the person with the fantasy last week.
Oh, nice.
So, so it's pretty good.
All right.
Anyway, speaking about pretty good, do you have any Blac Chyna news?
Doing a piece of China.
China.
I'm talking China.
The Blac Chyna Report. Here's Kurt Fitzpatrick.
All right, this is from Insider. This is about Blac Chyna and OnlyFans. The headline really is Michael B. Jordan and 15 other celebrities who made OnlyFans pages, but we won't go through all of them. We'll just go to our favorite. But first of all, OnlyFans recently announced they will be banning. Wait, let me see when this was. That was August 20th of this year, 2021. Okay, so OnlyFans recently announced they will be banning sexually explicit content from their platform beginning in October 2021.
But they've reversed that decision, right?
Yes, they did. They reversed it.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the latest news.
Oh,
so
okay.
they were going to essentially bar sex workers from profiting off their site. Well, this was August 20th.
Yeah, remember?
So
the last day that we recorded the podcast was when that was in the news, and the very next day, right after we recorded, they're like, we're not going to do that now.
Well, anyway, before celebrities like Bella Thorne and Tana Mongo joined, the platform was popularized by sex workers who used it to sell adult content by charging subscribers a monthly fee.
Yeah, they did.
Creators offer videos, photos, and even chances to chat one-on-one for a price. The site became more popular during the pandemic as out-of-work strippers, sex workers, and other service industry workers, I guess like waiters and stuff, turned to OnlyFans to earn additional income. All right, so here's Blac Chyna. And Beyonce mentioned the site where she rapped about Demon Time and OnlyFans and her Savage remix. But anyway, Blac Chyna. So Blac Chyna has gotten creative in finding ways to make money during the pandemic. The entrepreneur, known for her modeling, makeup line, and multiple appearances on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, made headlines earlier this month after she began offering fans a chance to chat with her on FaceTime for a hefty fee of $950 a call.
What the hell?
Chyna announced her OnlyFans page in April 2020 by posting a preview of a foot fetish video. That's news for you, Quentin Tarantino. Check that out on her Instagram that features a close-up of her feet stomping on a bowl of grapes.
It's like
the
Lucy.
video has gotten over 1.1 million views. While this is Chyna's first public stint on a camming service, she worked as a stripper throughout college. Now, hold on. I got another one here. This is someone else on OnlyFans. It's a Real Housewives of New York star. Dorinda Medley charges fans $4.99 a month for access to her OnlyFans page, whereas Blac Chyna was charging Let me get back here. She was charging $50 a month. So this poor woman's charging this much, and it says, okay, I gotta get it. She's charging $4.99. The reality TV star is known for being dramatic on The Real Housewives of New York, but fans were surprised when Dorinda Medley took to Twitter to announce her OnlyFans page without an accompanying explanation. A slew of confused memes and messages poured from fans. Auntie, I don't think you know what this is, one fan wrote in response to Medley's announcement. Despite the confusion from some Twitter users, others expressed their support for Medley and were excited about the reality TV star's new venture. If she does porn, I'm going to watch it just to see if there's any possible way for me to become gayer. I'm already over the rainbow and the moon gay, one user wrote. Fans can subscribe for $4.99 a month. Oh, well.
Oh, my. What was that user's name? Shane? A high school teenager in this movie.
What? Shane?
Oh.
We'll get to that.
Shane was very good looking, though.
Yes, he was.
What's Shane have to do with this?
Well, we'll talk about it.
Oh, Shane, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I got it.
Okay.
But I'm a little tired. I'm just waking up. It's 9:30 at night. Here we go.
Well, I'm glad that Blac Chyna didn't lose her revenue stream, because isn't she one of the highest paid people on OnlyFans? I think she is.
I believe she is. Well, charging $50 a month, that's insane.
So she's one of the highest earners on
bread.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Man, I have to just get a piece of that action.
Yeah, they're making the people on there's some people that are making good money on OnlyFans.
Wow.
So, and come on, let's be honest here. When OnlyFans said they were getting rid of that, my thought was, who do you think you are? Why do you think that? Why else do people go on your site, OnlyFans?
So angry about it, Les.
So,
I
was angry because I don't go on OnlyFans, but I'm a big believer in, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
What happened to Clubhouse? I have a Clubhouse app on my phone. I haven't looked at it in a long time.
I'm still on Clubhouse. I hosted a Clubhouse room yesterday. The Real Housewives of Potomac recap. I actually am hosting a Clubhouse room tomorrow. The Bravo Detective Agency.
Okay. I saw there. I was up like kind of late, and I just went on there one time, and there was like a chat. It just said there's a chat going off, like threesomes and other dirty stuff. I was like, I'll just click on that, and then I'll go on that for a little bit, and I come out, and of course it says threesomes, other dirty stuff. Kurt Fitzpatrick. I was like, Jesus Christ! I don't want people to, I don't need people to know what I'm, even though I'm just saying on the podcast.
And I
had to go into another room to clean myself.
I still want to do a podcast episode on Clubhouse with us.
I do too.
Yeah, there are complications.
Actually, they've made it a little easier as far as like, you just have to put it in your title that you're recording it, and that's all you need to do.
Wait, I want to see what's going on in Clubhouse right now. Take a look here. Probably that threesomes thing again.
Oh, you should. Let's join in.
Huh?
I said, let's join in.
I'm looking at it right now. What's going on? Okay, come on. Dead air.
Let's look after the show.
Come on.
Let's look after.
We got to talk about something.
Yeah, because we've got a movie to talk about.
Yeah, we got a
movie. Yeah, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. Okay.
We got a movie to talk about.
Let's do it. All right. Sorry about that, people at home. We'll make up for that. All right, here we go.
The wrong cheer captain. So we start off. We see first it's at night. So it's a Lifetime movie because it starts out at night.
Hey, for the first time, we have to give a shout out to Hybrid Productions, because it's we've never mentioned this. These are always hybrid productions.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the production company behind most of the Lifetime movies.
So we see a house. It's the middle of the night. We see a person sleeping. She wakes up, and I wrote, "It's Angie."
Yep.
From last week.
From last week.
The girl from last week.
But this time her name is Kate. So she wakes up. She hears a noise. She calls 911, like a lot of people in these movies should.
I did think it was funny though that they show her calling 911, but like doing it in speakerphone mode where she's holding the phone out in front of her mouth rather than like up to her ear and mouth like most people would.
Well, she's like me. My sweaty face hangs up on people.
And that's fine, but it was on speaker because you can hear them responding to her through the speaker. And it's like, if you're trying to be quiet and not get like overheard by somebody that has snuck into your house, would you be using your speakerphone?
No, I guess not.
Yeah, because wouldn't you be hiding in the closet like whispering, "Hey, 911, I need you now. Get over here."
I'd be hiding inside my mattress.
So then she opens the door and then she gasps. And then we cut to 2 weeks earlier. So after finishing this movie, I realized that a lot happened in 2 weeks in this movie.
Yeah.
This is a very busy 2 weeks.
I was a little disappointed in this cold open because it seemed like they were building to some suspense, but then nobody gets murdered before the opening credits.
No.
And they could have. They had the material.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was getting a little worried because there was no murder and there was no black hoodie.
No, there was no black hoodie. Good catch.
Because we always start out with a black hoodie. Always.
And
so I was a little worried.
And I should note, no dead parents in this movie either.
Or video camera.
No. It was stretching on this one.
They're like bucking the trends. Let's not make this a habit. Wrong movies.
No, we went to surveillance cameras.
No, oh my gosh, no chloroform either.
No.
Wow.
What the hell?
Maybe it was like a screenwriting exercise. Like you can't use chloroform, you can't use video cams. No hoodies. What am I going to write?
I think I made this joke in regards to the Hallmark movies, but it could apply here to Lifetime as well. That I want to imagine that they have one of those big bins with like lotto balls in it with like different things that you have to put in the movie. And maybe Lifetime, they're just constantly grabbing the chloroform lotto ball, so it ends up in there a lot. Hallmark, It's like, the lotto balls are like, there's a baking contest. There's a festival in the center of town.
There's a trivia.
Yeah, there's trivia. And so Lifetime, it's like there's a black hoodie. And maybe there's like 3 black hoodie balls in the lotto bin.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then we cut to 2 weeks earlier, and the music is playing. What you want, baby? What you want, baby? What you want, baby? What you want, baby? And that was the song.
I kind of like the music. I know it's bad, I guess, but I like bad music sometimes.
And then we see cheerleaders doing a routine with pom-poms, a dance routine.
and then we meet that coach.
Coach Glossy Lips.
Oh my gosh,
she did, didn't she?
I loved her so much in this movie.
I felt dirtier than I did when I was in the threesome room on Clubhouse, looking at her lips.
What was going on? So this is the cheerleading coach is a very attractive blonde woman. How old would you say she was?
Probably like late 20s.
Yeah.
Early 30s.
I thought she was maybe mid 20s. And the reason I bring up her age is there is a point in the movie where she's having a conversation with Jackee, and like girl to girl, woman to woman, she says like, you and I have been both been doing this about the same amount of time, which were we to believe that she and Jackee were around the same age?
No, I thought that meant that Jackee had a previous career.
Maybe, but it's kind of unusual to get into teaching late in life and then work your way up to principal.
I know it's strange, but in a way, I even thought she may have been shading Jackee's character by saying, hey, I've been, you haven't been at this for very long. That's the only thing. Only way
I just took it as they had meant they were gonna cast an actress either younger as the principal or someone older as the cheer coach, and they just never bothered to change that line of dialogue.
And then they're like, wait a minute.
I have opinions on how this actress got hired, but I don't want to get sued.
Well, she was very beautiful, and she had a lot of lip gloss on, as Les said. But I also enjoyed that they used her to dump information. Like it was just like a way of like passing information along to this cheer squad, and they would always have her announce it. And anytime they had a scene where she was announcing the information, it was like a Tony Scott like super extreme close-up of her face, and some of the most wooden acting we have ever been treated to.
Oh, well, she was giving speeches. It's like there are like 7 speeches. This woman's like Abe Lincoln. It's like the Malcolm X of Lifetime. All of a sudden.
And you're right. Like every scene pretty much was a close-up.
It was weird, right?
Yeah,
they must have had they must have shot those all in a row and had cue cards. I don't think she was. And
that's fine, but it was such a tight close up.
Yes,
it was like just her head. It was like no neck, no like mid chest, no like mid torso. It was like just on her head.
Well, I don't think a lot of other people wanted to be around for those speeches. I don't think I think that was after most of the crew went home. She had to turn the camera on and run around and give.
Oh, you think it was the self tape?
Yeah, it was. That was actually her audition. They just used her audition tape.
And then do you think that she had like? Do you think she had like the Eric Roberts deal where like I'm going to be here one day? We're getting this done.
She's
I did think
to get that kind of clout.
I did think Jackee had that because Jackee, literally every one of her scenes, she's stuck behind the desk. She does not move.
No.
Listen, I'd like to meet this woman. I could tell you.
And then that's why she.
Yeah. No. Okay. No, that's it. No, I said that when I first saw her do the speech, it was like Pia Zadora playing Patton. I guess I'm not going to meet her now.
And then, so then remember the one scene though, where it was a close up of her face and Jackee behind the desk, and they were talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're like, let's just gun this out in a day.
I'd love to know what's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Something's going on.
Actually, you know what? You hit on something that, like, we're joking about the extreme schedule of these, but it actually could have been that because they were burning through this so quickly that with her scenes, they're like, we don't have time to do a wardrobe change. How do we like edit this out of this shot? Oh, we'll just do it really tight, and she can wear the same outfit she wore in the other scene.
Because they gunned those out in like 2 weeks, right?
Less than, I think.
Like, yeah, they and I wonder if this was one of those that was done during COVID too.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, because this COVID's lasting a long time, so I would say so. It was, in the last year.
So we find out that they are having elections for head cheerleader, and so Kate, who is Angie from last week, and her friend Emma, like Kate is giving Emma her pep talk. Like, you're going to get it. You're going to get it for sure. But then we find out that the new girl, Anna, also wants to be the head cheerleader. And so so there, she's, and then what was the coach?
Coach Johnson.
Coach's name?
Coach Johnson.
Yeah.
Coach Johnson was giving the girls a pep talk, and this head cheerleader thing sounded like they were about to, like, you were going to like run a country or something.
Very powerful position.
They were very serious about.
And there was an election. All the cheerleaders actually voted over this.
Yeah.
Was there a
and so
debate?
then, well, it was a vote.
I think
Okay.
Kurt's wondering if there was like a debate stage.
Because remember, Miss Johnson said there's going to be a vote, and then she had to decide. She had the final say, like RuPaul.
I knew Kristen Dunst from Bring It On. She was a friend of mine, and you, ma'am, are no Kristen Dunst. There you go.
Anyway, so then
I like Les's laugh right there. I was like, well, when I hear that, I'm like, I guess that one didn't go so well. That's okay.
So that our heroine Kate goes home and she sees her mom, Vivica A. Fox, with a brand new wig and a new mom do.
Mm-hmm.
It was very Florence Henderson from the Brady Bunch.
Kind of, yeah. It had like a little flip at the end.
Yeah, like as it was a sassy, like she was a sassy mom.
Well, it was like I mean business, but I have a little bit of fun in me.
Right, exactly.
She's got her own wigs too, right? She's got her own.
Yeah,
wig
she
line.
does.
Yeah.
No, she wears her wig line in her movies. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That that's all the wigs on her movies are from her wig line. And so Kate's a good daughter because she cooked dinner for her mom, and we find out that Vivica's a paralegal, and then we find out that she's a single mom because the dad walked out, and then a little later, Kate's on the phone with Emma, and Emma's like trying to encourage her to sneak out of the house and go to 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven?
Yeah.
They did say that.
And then
Yeah. Do what? To get a big gulp or
a 7-Eleven run. That's what she said.
all right.
And then Kate's like, nah, I'm tired. And then she's like, why didn't you call Shane? And then Emma's response was, well, Shane's only good for one thing.
Yeah, it was like,
oh
it was immediately applied that like Emma and Shane are boning.
Yeah, like getting it in. I was like, geez, kids.
I assumed one thing was good. That was listening to Madonna. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what I was implying earlier too.
Taking grinder selfies.
Is Madonna still considered gay? She's like a gay icon.
Is
right?
who?
Yes.
Madonna.
Oh yeah, but like older gays.
Yes.
Like there aren't young gays standing Madonna anymore, and frankly, there aren't young gays even standing Britney anymore because that's like millennials. The younger ones, they like they like artists that are a lot more fluid.
Right. Yeah. I talked to a teenager who didn't even know what Madonna was. I almost had a heart attack.
I mean, she's in her mid-60s. Like, think of when we were her age. Would we have known somebody that our parents listened to that was currently in their mid-60s? Probably not.
Well, I did. I think I did.
Yeah, Dionne Warwick, because she was hosting Solid Gold.
Yeah, but where are kids seeing Madonna?
They see her directing work. Didn't she do that movie W, whatever it's called? They're saying that.
What?
No, I don't know.
I mean, that's my point.
know,
Is
like,
that
our
is
old
that
songs, yeah.
we're even like what we think are recent references for Madonna are quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
I guess you're right because we had videos, so the kids don't watch. There are videos, but there's no MTV doesn't show videos anymore.
And MTV, even if they did, they wouldn't still be showing Madonna videos. They'd be showing videos of current artists.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Okay, the movie's called W.E. That's the movie she directed.
Yeah, and that was like,
came out
what,
in
over 10
2011.
years ago? Yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
So if you're a 13-year-old, you were 3 when that movie came out.
Right. Now that
Strike
I have,
opposed, there's nothing to it.
That's a
Yes, it's-
31-year-old song, Kurt.
but yes, it's Billie the kids like Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande,
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. I like Doja Cat. But yeah.
Marlon Brando, we love you.
I guess.
Jimmy Page. What were the other names? Jimmy Page, Johnny Cash.
Jimmy Page.
On a plate with a piece of hash. Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson and Greg
I
Kinn.
believe it's Marlon
them.
Brando, Jimmy Dean on the cover of a magazine, Grace Kelly, Fred Astaire. Or no, wait. I skipped the
Harlow
verse.
Jean, picture on a magazine.
Yeah.
Jean
Judy
Kelly,
Kelly, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Dance on Air.
Sybil Shepherd, Betty White.
Hold on a second. I'm recording a
cover of
podcast.
What are you yelling at somebody? Is my mom?
Yeah, somebody in the kitchen. Somebody in the kitchen starts like singing the Vogue song.
Well, that's
joining in.
Look, that it's a sing along now. This is like when you go into a bar and everyone starts singing when Journey "Don't Stop Believing" comes on. We brought this on, Les.
I guess.
Joey Bishop and Nick Zed, Ed Asner, you are dead.
Aw, as Ed.
Oh, Ed Asner.
That's me.
And Betty White is still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in the song too. I sang her earlier.
Betty White is like, I'm outliving all you bitches.
Yeah.
She's still here.
I didn't think.
Oh wait, did you see the thing on Facebook?
We are on a tangent.
It was like a tweet or something, and so there was, I forget the guy's name. It was this black dancer. And so Betty White had a talk show back in the 50s, and she was told not to put this guy on the show. And she not only put him on the show, she gave him more time than she would normally give someone. Mm-hmm. And so she lost her talk show because of that. And the caption was, "Well, I guess I'm a bad bitch."
That's great. I wonder if that's true though. That seemed.
No, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that too.
I believe
yeah,
that.
Betty White, it was a local talk show here in LA, and because there wasn't a lot of programming for TV stations back then, and there wasn't really the concept of reruns yet, it was a 2-hour daily show. That's why Betty White is so good on talk shows as a guest and doing banter, and she's quick on her feet, is because she literally did it for a living for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Nat King Cole had a show, and it was only 15 minutes.
That's correct.
Yeah,
15-minute show.
Nat King Cole was the first the Coles. They were the first black family to move into Hancock Park.
Yeah. And the KKK tried running them out.
Right. And now it's funny because Hancock Park is like basically a part of Koreatown. Pretty much.
Herbie Hancock Park.
Anyway, so yeah, these kids were up to no good.
I'd like to point out that we were on such a tangent that we ended up at KKK tried running Nat King Cole out of Hancock Park.
You know, I actually was trying to think
I'm not
about
laughing
how
that happened. I'm just laughing that we got there.
You see, listeners, you never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, Madonna. We started with Madonna and the Vogue.
With Madonna.
Betty Davis, we love you.
So Emma was like, she tells Kate, if you get that 3 a.m. ping, you better answer the phone. Like, damn, you guys are going to school tomorrow? You're out till 3 in the morning? So then the next scene, we see Jackee. And she's talking to this girl. She's talking to the new girl, Anna. And she's like, at the beginning, it started out really nice. How are you? How are you adjusting to the new school? I know it's rough to go to a new school. I hope everything's going okay. And then it took a turn with, okay, I read your transcript and I know you're up to no good and I'm going to be watching you.
It was such a weird, I wouldn't say unnecessary turn because as the audience, we needed that information, but it was such a weird turn in the context of that scene.
It was.
Yeah. Because Jackee started out like very sweet. Yeah. Like she's very sweet. Nice.
It was like, I'd like to welcome you in my home. Oh, by the way, I need to punch you in the face.
Right.
Now that you're here.
I was like, damn, she sneak attacked her.
Amazing.
And And even
Cheater.
though the girl was up to no good, I kind of felt a little bad for her that scene.
I did too. It's also weird because later in the movie, there's other people that are skeptical of Anna, but the principal defends her at that point.
And the cheer coach.
Yeah.
Which, okay, that I really don't get.
I feel like in one version of this script, there were two separate characters. There was a cheer coach and there was a prince. I mean, the two characters of principal and cheer coach were somehow one character. And then Jackee was available and they somehow split it up.
Okay, that makes sense. Because at first I thought, is the cheer coach, because she was suspicious, is the cheer coach just kind of playing along, but then on the side doing her own digging? Or, that's what I thought in the beginning.
So, wait, Jason, you thought that originally in the script, the cheer coach and the principal were the same character?
I think that there was probably a version of this where they were the same character, because you didn't need both of those characters. You could have the information that was being delivered by the cheer coach and the information that was being delivered by Jackee and the point that they served in moving the story along, they were basically one and the same.
Yeah, and I thought that the cheer coach was kind of doing undercover work because in the beginning she was like, okay, there's something off about this girl.
You mean like a genuine undercover work, like she was a cop, or undercover work like she knew something was up, so she had her eyes open?
Not a cop, but yeah, she was kind of on her own trying to get information on this girl, but making it look like she was on this girl's side.
Got it.
But
that was not the case.
That was not the case. It was too complex for this movie.
It was. It doesn't get too deep, so.
So then we find out Emma won, head cheerleader, and she gave a very good inauguration speech.
Uh-huh.
And then, so Anna, this girl, I tell you, this girl she definitely had some gall.
John, your husband sounds fired up about it.
Huspa.
Hold on a second.
Well, he's going to go straighten him out.
Oh.
John needs to start his own podcast.
He could join us. He could come on and talk.
A
I'm sure he has to watch a lot of this with Les. You should get to talk about it.
Yeah, I guess he does. He's got to watch all this soap operas and Real Housewives and all that stuff. All right, so what happened?
Okay.
You get it resolved?
I closed the door. He's having this conversation with the door open.
Got it.
Anyway, welcome to marriage, folks.
We've decided that John needs to be on the show because you probably make him watch some of these with you.
He does not.
That's
okay. He does not. Well, you know what? He could be on if we need like a British person to translate.
Yeah. Well, if we watch that Harry and Meghan movie, he'd be very helpful for that.
Yes. Which I was going to say, it might look like we're going to watch Lifetime 3 weeks in a row.
I'm okay with that.
Because that Harry and Meghan movie's on Monday.
Yeah.
Do they play themselves?
Pretty sure
no.
They do? Okay.
But the casting, looks-wise, the casting was pretty good. Especially actually both of them, the casting was pretty good because they don't look exactly like them, but they are pretty close.
It's in the ballpark for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Or as Wendy Williams says, if you squint, they look like that. Anyway, so Anna goes to the coach and is like, hey, listen, there's a mistake. I want to be cheer captain. And the coach is like, but there was a vote. And Anna's like, I don't care. I still want to be cheer captain.
Coach Johnson, she says, well, if it wasn't for Emma, you'd be cheer captain. And she's like, oh, so all I have to do is kill Emma? Right. I mean, she practically says that.
Right.
Yes.
Because she looked very, her eyes lit up when the coach was like, I'll be honest, if it wasn't for Emma, you would have been the cheer. Her eyes like visibly lit up, and the coach noticed her eyes light up.
Yeah, and the coach kind of backtracked a little bit. She backpedaled on that statement immediately because she knew I probably shouldn't have said that.
Right.
But she said it again though, because then Anna is like, oh, so just to be clear, if this Emma is not around, well, that's not the point.
And then, like, at the end of the conversation, the coach like puts her in her place, because then she starts trying to get like, well, you need to go and change this decision right now. And so the coach like puts her in her place, and then
it's an allegory for our democracy.
Right.
I didn't know people were voting. So how would she come in second? I guess so. There was in the vote. I guess she came in second.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of like another election. Yeah.
Later on, Kate says nobody voted for her. So there's election disputes everywhere.
Also, I did think it was weird that at no point, actually the only time it's ever mentioned that like, hey, maybe Kate could have been the captain because she's been on the team for a while. The only one that brings it up is Vivica, and Kate kind of downplays it. But like, why did Kate not aspire to that?
I don't know. I actually thought she was going to get it.
Same.
I did too. I thought that's where it was going to go. I thought that's where the movie was going to go.
I thought she was going to get it, and that was really going to set Anna off.
And especially because of the speech that the cheerleader gave, or the coach gave, like, I'm dedicating this to blah, da, 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 da. But that didn't happen either. Oh, anyway, so Anna, the new girl's pissed. So she goes and she sits in front of the school and starts vaping.
Well, first she sees Emma and her really hot boyfriend getting really handsy.
Really hot. Her boyfriend is really hot.
Yeah.
Well,
but
trust us, Kurt.
Well, there wasn't a lot of handsy chemistry.
The handsiness was awkward as fuck.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Exactly.
I said Emma and her clod drooling boyfriend was draping her.
Yeah, we don't really see it quite in this scene, but as we get to know or see this actor more throughout the movie, it would greatly surprise me if the actor weren't gay in real life, because he did seem very uncomfortable with any kind of female intimacy that wasn't like friendly versus romantic. And that wasn't acting. It was like there are certain moments where he should have been more like a guy, and he,
right.
Yeah. There's one.
You'd be surprised if he wasn't gay.
I'd be very surprised. Yes.
Yeah. Whenever he was with a woman, and there's some kind of intimacy, it looked like it was just they're like being chummy, like they were girlfriends kind of hanging out.
Well, and even some of the scenes with him and Emma when she's still in the movie is like it's supposed to be like their boyfriend girlfriend and have been for a while, so you would think that there's a familiarity with how you touch each other. It seemed like, oh, I haven't touched one of these in a while. What am I supposed to do?
But when he was with Kate, in scenes with Kate, he looked very comfortable.
But like not romantically, but like best buds.
Yeah.
There's a scene where they're sitting together in bed. It was like, oh, are they going to try and put these together? It's like, no, they're just friends. They're hanging out. It was weird.
But they had chemistry. Actually.
Yeah, as friends, as buddies.
Right.
Yeah. That's what they were supposed to be, actually.
Yeah.
Those two. So, but the only problem is he was supposed to be straight in the movie.
Yes.
So then Anna's mad. She's vaping, and then Mr. Olsen walks out.
You guys are suckers for this Mr. Olsen.
Mr. Olsen was hot.
This guy his acting was as wooden as a log cabin.
He was, he was pretty wooden too, and he was hot. We didn't really get a glimpse until later in the movie, because in this scene, it was like, oh, he's kind of cute, he'll do. And then we see him shirtless later, so it's like, oh, okay, I'm on board now.
Yeah. And that's one thing I give it to Lifetime. I love their gratuitous male nudity scene.
Yeah, we were lacking that in a big way with Do You Trust Your Boyfriend? But we got it in this one.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So then, so Anna's pissed because I guess Mr. Olsen was her calculus teacher, and he was like, "Listen, Anna, you know, you're not getting calculus," and actually basically offers her a chance. Hey, maybe you should go to an easier class because you're not passing this class.
No, I just wonder if he's part of the lineage of the Olsen family, like Nellie Olsen.
Like,
yes, he is.
We talked about them last week, but
Nellie Olsen from Little
Like
House on the
Nellie
Prairie's
yeah,
dad.
exactly.
Yeah. I did think it was hilarious that she's been in this school for like 5 minutes. She took one test that she didn't do well on, and he's basically like, "Yeah, you're kind of dumb. Get out of my class."
You have to go back to pre-calculus.
And he basically said that. He was like, "You're not."
Actually said that.
You're not getting this.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you're not. He's like, you're not getting this. It's like, wow.
Throw a brick. What a way to help her out.
And he confiscates her vape, and it was such an after school special moment. Like, he goes on about how vapes are bad for kids. They had a couple of moments like that in this movie, which were so weirdly out of place, but so perfectly hilarious that I loved it.
And then he was like,
she'll do anything.
and then I thought it was like pot, but it was only, he's like, nicotine. I'm like, you're getting all this bent out of shape for like nicotine. Really?
It's a very strict school. Just hit your head on the microphone.
I did, because I'm laughing so hard because it's so stupid. What a big fucking deal they made out of her having a nicotine vape.
Yeah.
Strict ass school.
Because I thought, oh wow, okay, so she's smoking pot, and then because it's a Lifetime movie, it's happened, but no, it was a nicotine vape, and he took it and put it in his pocket, and then
we spent some time with Shane in that pizza. It's Shane's scene.
Yes, he was cute.
He should have been the cheerleading captain.
Yeah.
But he was on the soccer team.
That actually brings up a good point is, contemporary high schools, it's pretty common that there are guys on the cheer squad. And certainly in California, like, you're going to have guys, probably gay ones, on the cheer squad. And they don't in a lot of these Lifetime movies, which is weird. But it's also weird because they always have these cheerleading movies and they never hire people that are any good at cheerleading to actually be in them.
Oh yeah, we can get to that. Well, if you notice, if you see you watch the frame of the cheerleaders, the ones that are on the far edges of the frame are particularly weak. They're not really trying.
Then we go to a pool party that looked fun.
That's where Shane is wearing. By the way, if you're trying to you're playing a straight character, first of all, don't have lines like, "Is she a bitch?" And don't wear a leopard bathing suit.
Was it leopard? Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes, it was leopard. Yes, it was.
Bathing suit.
Yes, it was leopard. So they're at the party. The party looks fun. And then we see Kate and Shane chatting, and all of a sudden they look across the pool and there's a cat fight going on with Emma and Anna, and they're just going at it.
This scene, by the way, also had the extras where they probably should have cast some slightly younger looking extras. Because everyone looked like they were full-on adults at this party for teenagers.
Yes. And then Anna, I do give Anna credit for having nerve, because she was like, we need to be co-captains.
She says no.
So then Shane basically goes and tries to like calm Emma down, and then Kate is gossiping with their other friend, who was, I don't think she had a name, but she was in several scenes.
Yeah, I don't think they gave her a name. Yeah,
but she was in several scenes, and then we see a close up of a drink, and then we see like a pill go in the drink. And it's like, okay, this isn't going to be good. And it wasn't, because then we hear Shane going, Kate,
again, he was shrieking for help.
Yeah. And she collapsed in a weight room. And that was good because he could work out while she was collapsing.
And he had said that she had been drinking all day. She'd been drinking like all day, so she was like day drinking because she was upset about the fight.
And she died. I didn't think she was gonna.
I didn't think she was gonna die either.
That was the end of her.
And we find out that there was a drug that was slipped into her drink called honey.
Honey boo boo. And how about Vivica A. Fox is really not very comforting to her daughter. She's like, it was all that liquor that did it,
right?
And
I love that she's.
This movie was very preachy to kids about don't drink when you're too young. Don't vape a nicotine vape on campus. It was very, very after school, especially, and preachy.
Yeah, Vivica get a lot of lectures.
Yes.
But it's weird to have so much preaching going on amidst the backdrop of this really sleazy, murdery film.
Right. And yes, I did love when Vivica said liquor. I loved that.
Liquor. Well, now Anna breaks into Coach Johnson's office and she snoops around. And luckily, it's easy for her. There aren't any acting books in the way, for her to. All right.
Right.
Oh, and I actually thought it was Coach Johnson's office at first too, but I actually believe that's Mr. Olson's office.
Yeah, because she had a flash drive.
Because that's related to a fact that happens later.
Yeah,
well, my joke still stands. There are no acting books in the way.
No, there were not.
Gets a second life.
And she was very busy that afternoon, because then after she broke into his office, then she went to his house and broke into his house.
She was snooping around people's homes.
When she was snooping in both the office and even the home, but on both of them, when she's on both computers, it is the quickest computer transaction that's ever happened. Because normally, even in movies where the timeline is sort of sped up and they put a flash drive in and extract files or whatever, it takes like a couple minutes and there's always like a race against the clock. This is like she plugged it in, worked the first time, drag, drop, I'm out.
Well, I actually made a note of this because later in the movie, Shane does, and I put it in quotes, some speed snooping.
Yeah, it's amazing. These people are.
It was speed snooping. I was impressed.
Yeah.
It's like the Evelyn Wood of snooping. Yeah, she goes in there and she goes in there like she's Matthew Broderick in War Games, and she's like a computer expert because there's like a secret file, or there's like a hidden file, and then she's putting the pictures in there and.
It's
all in 5 minutes.
What she just do? She calls 911 and gets the police to apprehend this laptop.
So meanwhile, Mr. Olson comes home from work, and I guess he had it was very hot teaching math because he needed a shower.
This is ridiculous. He's not dirty. He's not sweaty.
He was dirty. He should shower. His house, on a teacher's salary, he had a huge home for a public school teacher.
He's probably on OnlyFans too.
He might be.
Yeah, he had an OnlyFans body.
He's got to do something. Get in that house.
He is very anti-vaping, but he's okay with porn.
But yeah, he's like, teaching calculus made me feel very dirty. I need a shower, and I need one now.
There's different rules when you need a second job.
And then I love, like, when they shower, because he was showering and is like, you know, like rubbing his face.
Yeah, it's weird seeing people shower. Like, and you don't see that too often. Like lathering up. It's a little
no soap though. Notice that there was no lather.
No soap.
He was lathering, but there was no lather.
He was just.
They're like, we're on a budget.
He's just rubbing himself. It was an opportunity to just rub himself with water.
This is how economical Lifetime is with their productions. Is he was filming both this Lifetime movie and his own actual OnlyFans content at the same time.
Right.
Well, that's having two jobs. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's efficient.
Boys got to eat. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he comes out of the shower, and the thing is, so she speed snooped, but she took the computer out of the case, but left it on the table. So he's drying off like, how did my computer get on the table when I didn't put it there? So he knew something was up. So then we see a close-up of Coach Johnson.
Oh, yeah. No,
surprise, surprise. Her lips were very glossy, and she's giving a eulogy. Yes, and at the end of the eulogy, she announces the new cheer captain.
Hey, the team wasn't too broken up over that eulogy.
How fucked up was that? Like, hey, this girl that you knew, probably friends with most of you, she's died. Oh, by the way, we should probably just announce her replacement right now because it's really important that you know who the captain is right now in this moment.
And now onto the business of the day. And how about there's some kind of bullshit scene I couldn't even understand where it's like she's talking to Jackee, and they say that, of course, the kids already know what happened, but they still want to tell them. So there's like the facade that they heard it through them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did that happen, or did I imagine that?
No, that happened. So Anna was announced, and Anna goes with a smarmy look, and all the girls were like, ugh, we hate this bitch. And
well, they voted for her, apparently.
I guess that's true. Well, so then Shane comes over to Kate's house and tells Kate that he had been to the police station because they were accusing him of slipping the honey in her drink.
Yeah, this is the scene, by the way, where they were on the. It wasn't like they were both sitting next to each other in the bed. They were like bunched up against next to each other, and his arm was around her, like they were about to start making out.
Yeah.
Which they would not have done.
But he probably felt more comfortable with her because it was a buddy scene.
Yeah.
Right.
So then Vivica tells Kate to stop hanging out with Shane. He's a bad influence, when in reality, you want your daughter hanging out with Shane because... There was going to be no hanky-panky.
Daughter's not getting pregnant.
Drugging. You remember she says like, if she said, oh no, she wouldn't, Shane didn't have to drug her. If anything, she'd be drugging Shane.
Yeah. She basically called her best friend like a date rapist.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that until you said that now, Kurt. And yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's a good way to impress your mom. No, my friend would have drugged him.
Yeah, we do it all the time, Mom. Like, didn't you do that back in your day? Girl slips a pill in a guy's drink and they bang it out.
Well, as long as someone's drugging someone, that's what's important.
So then we cut to Mr. Olson. He's at work. And the cops show up.
Oh, yeah. This lady cop.
Yes, and she was not a nice person. She was the Lifetime trope of like the lazy cop with the bad attitude.
Yeah.
Because she just did not want to work. You could tell.
We've seen this character before.
I also like anytime there is a female detective, they put the female detective in a leather jacket to say they're tough.
Yeah, she was very aggressive too. She was very aggressive. So then we find out that they found someone reported Mr. Olson for having underage girls' pictures in his computer.
But all these pictures were pictures of the kids at that pool party. So it's like, yeah, they're in bathing suits, but like there was no nudity.
Also, couldn't they have contacted these kids in the pictures and say, did you see Mr. Olson there?
True. But then also, I was like, okay, this can't be legal because they were asking him questions and he was like, I'm not going to answer anything without my lawyer present, which is what you're supposed to do. And then she's like, oh, yeah, and then arrests him.
Well, I'm trying to figure this out. So did they think he took, because going back to what I said before, so did they think that Mr. Olson took these pictures, or?
It's implied that that's what the tipster told them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then he could get evidence from the people at this party.
But even
like his students.
Even if he did take the photos, so far there doesn't seem to be anything illegal in those photos.
Right.
And he definitely did what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait until your lawyer shows up to answer anything.
Yeah.
But in this case, she was like, oh yeah, you want to play it like that, huh? And then arrests him on the spot.
I would also think in a case like this, the school would have counsel there as well, not to cover his ass, but to cover theirs.
Right, because you can sue the school. The parents could sue the school.
Mm-hmm.
But and he knows right off the bat who framed him too, because he's like, Anna framed me. And
there was a kid at my high school. He was a year older than me. He worked at my school. He continued to work at the school as a janitor. And they caught him. He had set up hidden cameras like all over the school.
Oh.
Were they like
Lifetime.
giant?
Like IMAX cameras?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. This man's name is Francis Ford Coppola. Anyway, there's that laugh from Les. I know we need to move on.
So Kate and the blonde girl with no name were talking about the arrest, and then Anna shows up and says, well, he hit on me. And then who had to go to the meeting? Who had to go to
this was so then we get another amazing speech from Coach Johnson where she's explaining to the girls there are accusations. Like, why would you be telling the kids all of this stuff before there's any proof to it? Because doesn't that then leave the school open to liability? Like, it was so stupid. She's telling them that. But then she, at the very end of her big speech about, like, if you need counseling, you can come to us, and we're going to be investigating this further. And then she said this.
I have to go to an admin meeting, so I'm going to leave things in Anna's hands.
An admin, like an administrative meeting?
Administrative. But what I loved about that moment, beyond the wooden acting and the weird turn into that line of dialogue, is that she basically just told all of these teenage girls, hey, we think that one of your teachers has been perving on you, which should make you feel very uncomfortable. Oh, but I'm going to leave you all to your own devices. Bye, I got to go.
Right.
I have a schedule.
Like, deal with it.
Yeah.
Bye.
We don't want you to feel unsafe, but I'm not going to be around for a while.
I have to look up this woman's other credits. I'll look it up right now.
What's her name?
Well, Miss Johnson, right? Coach Johnson.
Coach Johnson, yeah.
I'll look it up right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll play
Please
this. I'll
continue
play the sound again
okay.
while you look.
So-
Hold on. I'll play the sound again.
I have to go to an admin meeting, so I'm going to leave things in Anna's hands.
That's not possible. This trail's been closed for 8 years. It's extremely dangerous.
That's right. She's a relative. She's a relative of the. If she went on Ancestry.com, she would see that she was related to the park ranger.
Yes.
So we just heard that scene.
So Anna then goes to Kate and says, "Kate, I'm here for you." And Kate was like done with her. So Kate was basically like, "Shut the fuck up. I'm done with you." and then Kate's like, "Nobody even voted for you anyway. We hate you." And so they're fighting.
Oh. What? I see this Coach Johnson. Their per IMDb picture. She is super hot. Her real name is Chelsea Gilson.
Okay.
Oh.
What else has she done?
Credits.
Let me take a look. Oh, she just looks dirty. She was in Dolomite is My Name.
No way, really? I love that movie.
She played Carrie Mills. She's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. She's got she was on an episode of Hawaii Five-0.
Mm-hmm.
She did a Hallmark movie.
She was a voice.
A couple of Hallmark movies.
Oh.
Are you looking at it too?
Yeah.
Let's see. A whole bunch of stuff here, yeah. She's in some recent stuff. A Family's Fury, Beach Squad, The Helen Backs 3. These things are out. She was in a movie called Mommy's Deadly Con Artist and Deceived by My Mother-in-Law. Those have to be Lifetime movies.
Oh, yeah.
She's working.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot.
So she's very active in the Hallmark Cinematic Universe and the Lifetime Cinematic Universe.
Seems to be.
But I don't. They really have to clean her up for Hallmark because she's got that look like she's hot, but she's kind of dirty hot. That's the best
like
kind
certain
of hot.
photos, Kurt.
What?
That's certain photos, but she's a pretty blonde woman. That's the bread and butter of Hallmark.
Yeah, but I like the certain photos where she looks dirty. I've revealed enough. Okay.
Oh, so the dirty cheer instructor goes to talk to Jackee. Ooh.
We just put everybody in their place.
And because this is when she tells Jackee something doesn't feel right about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she told Jackee, Mr. Olsen never seemed like a perv to me. And so do you think in another version of the script that she had scenes with Mr. Olsen?
Yes.
Or
absolutely.
they were.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought we were missing something.
Maybe even we're like on the precipice of having something romantic with Mr. Olsen.
Ooh.
Right. And then, but Jackee just doesn't believe it, even though earlier in the movie she was like, "I looked at your transcript. You're trouble. I'm going to be watching you." Yeah. So that made no sense. And then we go back to Kate and Vivica, and Kate is like, "I'm going out," and she has a fight with Vivica and leaves anyway.
Yeah.
And Vivica wants her to see a counselor. She needs to get help. She doesn't want.
Right. And my thought was, this is obviously acting, because I could not see in real life a girl mouthing off to Vivica like that and Vivica letting her get away with it.
Nope.
Because Vivica was very restrained in these scenes. I was like, oh, if this was real life, we'd have a whole other scene.
She'd throw her wig at her.
Yeah.
Right. So then we see Shane and Kate having dinner.
Well, when they meet up together, this is where Shane's for me, sexuality really came into question. The actor's sexuality really came into question. And again, it doesn't matter. It just, he's playing what's supposed to be a very straight character. But he shows up, and I don't remember what he said, but I wrote in my notes, Shane is sassy. It was almost like he could have like clacked a fan and sashayed towards her.
It snapped. But they come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So
not a very solid plan, but it's kind of like a make it up as you go along plan.
Yeah.
Right. But they're kids. So I kind of like, okay, they're kids, so they're still new to plotting and scheming. But this is the part where I was a little disappointed in Vivica, though, because Kate then goes to Vivica and is like, Mom, I need you to snoop, and you have access to a database. And Vivica said no, and I was like, what kind of mother are you? You're supposed to snoop for your kid.
Yeah, I thought she was going to do it.
I feel like, I thought that in the course of the movie, Vivica would eventually snoop on her own, not because her daughter asked her to, because as a parent, you got to say no to that. But like maybe on her own, like maybe she gets a hunch and she does it anyway.
See, I wouldn't say no.
Jeez, these paralegals are privy to information.
Les, if your daughter ever came to you and said, Dad, can you please do some snooping for me? I can picture you like hugging her and telling her that it's the proudest day of your life.
And I'd have a tear.
You don't know what this means to me.
And then the two of you would sneak into someone's house together, or hide behind a bush waiting for someone.
You pull out a box that you've had under your bed for years, and you blow off the dust, and you open it, and it's a black hoodie.
Right?
Give it to her.
I saved this for you.
And then under it is one, like a baby one that you knitted for her when she was little.
Like I've been waiting for this my whole life.
I knew the day would come when I need this hoodie. Oh, so then with their plan, we see Shane and he's working out.
Yes.
Well, which is ridiculous. But then, so they decide that Shane is going to talk to Anna and be nice to her. And they're just having a very cordial conversation. And then he just says, my place after school. And that's it.
That was weird too, right? It was like, oh, okay, we're going to be like friendly to each other. And then he immediately didn't even invite her over, just made the assumption that she's going to come over.
She's got the address, I guess. She did. And then he's working out without a shirt on. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that really necessary?
Yes. It absolutely was necessary, Kurt.
He's working with the extra, and she's like awkwardly standing there like, okay.
And
then he's making the most of his time.
And then he starts questioning her. And then she says she's from Kansas City, but then he catches her in like a little sort of a lie. And then Shane then goes to Kate and says, Kate, she says she's from Kansas City, but I don't believe it.
I hope she doesn't do the fringe there.
Right?
No, I only did that once years ago.
Oh, I heard about that one.
It might be good now.
So then this is the part where the coach got weird. Because Kate went to the coach, and of course the coach had a close-up, very glossy lips. And Kate was like, I'm suspicious of Anna. And at first, like I said, I thought the coach was just playing dumb, but then doing something on the side, like doing her own snooping on the side. But this
everybody's got a side gig here.
But this was not the case. All of a sudden, the coach basically starts gaslighting Kate and saying that you're crazy and you're out of line. And then, then Shane goes to Emma's house, and they're getting ready. They look like they're getting ready to make out. And then Shane's like, I need a glass of water. And she goes to get him a glass of water, and he speed snoops.
Yeah, he finds anal beads.
Yeah, what was that? What was that he pulled out of the drawer?
It was anal beads.
A T-shirt. He said it was a T-shirt with her
No,
high school.
No. We saw the T-shirt in the T-shirt drawer, but he was in another dresser, and he does pull something out that does look like anal beads.
I guess they were anal beads.
I'm not going to say it again. Believe me, I was surprised too.
I'm legitimately not trying to be funny. It looked like anal beads.
Well, if it looks like a duck.
I was trying to be funny, but yeah, that's what I figured it was.
Anal beads.
That's some good information.
Right? So then Emma comes back with the water. He downs the water and was like, gotta go now. Bye. And leaves her. And she's very upset because she thought that she was going to get the good. And she did not. And she was not happy about it.
She was going to get the good?
Yeah. She thought she was. She did not.
Yeah, but he probably hadn't brought a sheath. You know what I'm talking about?
A condom, Kurt? A condom?
A Johnny.
You call it Johnny.
I got something in my throat.
I'm still shy. Wait, you called a condom a Johnny?
I've never heard that before.
Well, first I called it a sheath.
Is that what El DeBarge was singing about in that song? Who is Johnny?
Here's Johnny.
And Ali Sheedy was in that video.
Well, she's in the movie that the song's from. Short Circuit.
Who's Johnny? Who's Johnny? And then Weird Al Yankovic did a song, Here's Johnny. Here's Johnny. It was a song about Ed McMahon.
So we find out that, so Shane picks Kate up and we find out that Emma went to Lombard High. And I loved this next scene because these girls were bitches.
Yes.
Because
is this a cat fight?
No, they go to Lombard High and these two girls are talking.
Oh yeah.
And so first Shane was gonna go up, and then Kate's like, no, because then they're just gonna think that you're like some kind of weird perv or something asking them questions. Like they're gonna think you're hitting on them.
I don't think they would have thought
that. True. So then Kate walks up, and these girls are like just giving her the stink eye. And when she asked, she asked the question, and they looked at her like, who wants to know? It was so funny. They both girls had good stank face.
If they knew Anna, yeah.
And then they were like, the minute she said, asked, did they know Anna? These girls are like, fuck you. I want get away from me. Oh, and by the way, stay away from her.
but because her best friend Susie died.
Yes. Her best friend Susie died. And then we see a flash of Anna drugging her, which I thought was actually kind of, I don't think they've ever done that before.
Done what?
Because they said Susie, because the girl was telling Kate, my friend Susie died, and then they showed a flash of Anna drugging the drink and giving Susie the drink when they were like on a patio.
I wonder if they thought that the audience wasn't gonna do the very simple math that obviously Anna killed Susie.
Right. And so, and the story was that Anna found Susie. And so then we find out, oh, this was an interesting tidbit that I never thought about. So then Kate and Shane are snooping through like old newspaper clippings, and they found one, and it said, and Kate was like, they didn't put a cause of death. And when they don't do that, that means that they think it was a suicide, and they do that to protect the family. And I was like, that's very interesting, actually.
But I see obituaries where they don't say that caused death. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
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 And I know some people that this is dark, but like that have taken their own lives, and it's not mentioned in the obit.
Right.
It makes sense.
Yep.
So then I get Kate. Kate fights with Vivica again, right?
Mm-hmm. And Kate's still insisting something's not right with Annika. Anna, Viv's not having it. And that's when we cut to basically the opening of the movie.
So we go full circle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Kate sleeping. We see Emma sneaking in the house with no hoodie.
You mean Anna?
Anna. We see Anna sneaking around the house with no hoodie. How dare she?
Why was she there? What did she want to do?
Yeah, we never
Kill her?
really. I guess she wanted to kill Kate. Yeah.
She's very stealthy, though. I give Emma that.
Is she? Like.
No, she's kind of just
like
walking around the house. I don't know.
She's on her tiptoes to make it look like she's sneaking, but she's still like full on walking through their house.
True.
It's rude just to walk in someone's house to kill them.
And I guess you are right, because she did wake Kate up.
Yeah.
And then Kate, so basically it's the beginning of the movie, and then Kate calls 911. And so but then when she opens the door and she gasps, it's Vivica at the door. And then the next scene, I wrote the lazy Lifetime police trope, because the policewoman was like, did not believe her, and let it be known that she did not believe her.
Not only didn't believe her, but then was like, all right, let's run your story again. Like, let me ask you these questions again. Like, I didn't just ask them.
Yeah. She also works. She works inconsistent shifts too. She's working a day shift. Now she's working a night shift. That kind of sucks. That's really going to mess with her sleep patterns.
And also, why did they send this particular detective there? Couldn't they have sent somebody else? It's not the same case as the teacher with the photos.
Right. I think everybody else is on vacation. She's the only one working.
Oh, yeah. They're having trouble hiring because of COVID.
Right. But yeah, she's been working a lot of hours because she shows it, because their attitude is horrible.
Everybody's working hard in this movie. You got people with 2 jobs, people who are they're a teacher and they're OnlyFans, and this lady's working around the clock. People are working their ass off in this movie. This is a movie about work ethic.
Yeah. That leather jacket was expensive. She's got paid for it.
Yeah. A lot of jobs, man.
Okay, so this part, then Shane all of a sudden starts getting wishy-washy too.
Yeah.
Because
he's not sure what he wants.
But then I love that Kate always kind of smacks him in line. Kate like gets them together. Like, she's like, no, you're gonna snoop, and we're doing this.
He should have started this scene by saying, "I don't know, I'm just really confused right now."
we believe that he'd win an Emmy.
And then Mr. Olsen shows up, and it becomes a whole other movie.
Ooh.
What movie is that?
I don't know, but I would watch it.
See, I'm not hypnotized by Mr. Olsen, so I can see what the value of his work.
I was.
I know you are. I get it. I was reading the messages as you guys were watching this movie.
Oh, that's right.
It's got to be one of these. I'm gonna pull for people.
Oh, he's looking for the message.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for that'd be good. Also, I'm looking for some of these other actors.
Yeah, who did play Mr. Olsen?
Mr. Olsen is Mark Herman, 2 R's and 2 N's. Mark Herman, and I'm looking for Shane. Shane is Noah Fernley.
Okay.
See what else he did.
Yeah, what did he do?
Noah Fernley is an American actor raised in Orange, Connecticut. He played football, lacrosse, basketball, earned a black belt in
Oh, you kicked your ass.
Oh, it's probably gonna come find me. There's some shirtless pictures of him here. Oh, he has very little acting credits. He only has 3 acting credits.
Okay.
And what are they?
Morgan's Secret Admirer.
Oh.
2020. Then The Wrong Cheer Captain 2021. And then he's got there's a TV series on 4 episodes called Morgan's Secret Admirer. Wait, that's the TV short too. It's the only thing he's done.
Oh.
All right. Well, he's new on the scene.
That name sounds very interesting. Is Morgan a male?
More.
Or a
It
female?
looks based on the key art from Morgan's Secret Admirer. It looks like Morgan is a girl. Oh no! Wait, maybe the
Okay.
girl's looking at him as Morgan. Oh, actually, I
You
could just
know.
I could just look at the credits and see who plays what. Let's do that. He
He
plays
wrote
a
his
character
own
named
mini
Sam.
biography on the IMDb.
What does he have to say?
Oh, I just read some of it. He's a football lacrosse, the black belt. He attended college outside of Boston, where he continued football and majored in business.
He
there
there's
you
a
go.
shirt he modeled as well, and there's a shirtless photo of him where he's got a tattoo down his this side of his torso that says family really big, and the underwear that's kind of peeking out in this photo looks like it says boy men's.
Oh, okay.
What would that mean?
I don't know. I'm just gonna keep staring at this photo though.
Okay.
You can get back to the show. I'll pay attention. I'll listen.
So anyway, Kate's like, you know what, Shane, get it together. We need to go and talk to Susie's mother. So they go to Susie's mother's house, and who opens the door but Meredith?
Meredith Thomas?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, hi, Meredith. We're seeing a lot of you lately.
She's the troubled mom again.
Yes, but a different look this time. Because remember, last week she was the troubled mom, but she was kind of like glamorous and like old Hollywood like. But she had a different look this time.
Well, last one,
So-
like she was, her character was kind of medicated because she was going through some stuff too. Whereas this one,
True.
she's just like sad about what's been going on with her daughter or what happened to her daughter. But it feels like she's moved on with her life.
But not only is she sad, she's suspicious.
She is.
Because
And
she tells,
tactful.
yeah,
Because she's
very tactful.
Very tactful.
Yes, because she tells them that Anna had a nervous breakdown, but then she's tactful because she's like, she starts talking about Anna's mother, and what did she say? Let's just say we had different ways of raising our children.
Yeah. Like
Yes.
she's basically implying that Anna's parents, her mom pushed her so hard that it basically turned her into a lunatic.
And then I love that Kate kept on digging, and then Meredith kept on saying the same thing. Like, she's like, I'm not gonna shit talk. I'm gonna, like, she's basically like, I'm not gonna shit talk another mother.
And I didn't really get that. Well, I didn't get Meredith's character, not sugarcoating her thoughts on Anna, but she was very, very diplomatic and measured in what she was saying about Anna.
Well, you know how there's some people out there, though, that truly don't like to talk shit about anybody.
Yeah, but if you thought somebody killed your kid, wouldn't you be a little more free in offering up like, yeah, I think she did it?
Yeah, I would.
I would say this is also something she could potentially been running it through her mind over and over again.
Okay, good point.
But then Meredith helps crack the case, because we find out that Susie, because they made it look like Susie committed suicide, and but Susie also had honey in her system.
Yes. The mysterious drug from earlier, not the Mariah
Yes.
Carey album.
Can That's my favorite Mariah Carey video, the Honey video.
Not Honey Boo Boo or
No.
Is this real thing? Honey drugs? Honey steroid, right?
Honey Smacks.
I tried to Google it.
Right
I tried to Google it and I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I don't know that it
real
was a
thing.
real one. They said there was some weird piece of exposition that they had Shane deliver earlier in the movie that it's like a steroid that kids like on sports teams will use, but when you first start taking it, if you don't know what you're doing, it feels like an ecstasy, and so people will overdose and die.
No, I think they invented it for this movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I Googled it. So then we're at cheer practice. And Kate, once again, is like not having it from Anna at all. And so they're fighting. But then meanwhile...
Well, Kate and Anna like start fighting, and then Kate brings up Susie Jacobs, which no one at this school knows about.
Right. And
but
then
Anna knows.
And then they start fighting, and then is this where the coach is like, "You need to get it together and solve this yourselves."
Yes.
Well, she brings the two of them to her office.
And then she tells Kate, "You need to see a therapist or a social worker."
Because this is the part where I thought because she brought them in and then she made Anna leave, I thought she was going to say, "Listen, Kate, I'm on the, just be cool. I'm on this."
Yeah, it did feel like that was a missed opportunity where they could have made it like she was a little more of an ally.
And because I thought she was going to be like, "Listen, Kate, be cool. Just keep your cool. Don't fuck this up because I'm on this. I'm trying to figure this out."
Yeah.
And her lip gloss was just
popping,
striking. Yeah. In this scene, this was like the climax of this lip gloss. This must have been because it was like one of her last scenes. I figured they would just use the rest of it up.
Yeah.
It always looks very fresh. Like very fresh lip gloss.
It just looks wrong.
Oh. So then this next part was hilarious.
Yes.
And Mr. Olsen could be a spy because she's in her office and closes her door, and Mr. Olsen was behind the door.
Before this scene though is my favorite moment in the movie, because the girls go back outside after talking to Coach Johnson, and then Coach Johnson does another close-up speech where she's like, "We've been having some problems here in the team, but sometimes you don't need the adult around. You need to work it out on yourself, so I'm stepping aside." So basically tells these kids, hey, not my problem, figure it out. Leaves, and then immediately Kate and Anna hug. What the fuck? Yeah. They hug okay, all's well. No, Kate still thinks Anna is a murderer.
Right. But yeah. I kind of get that, though. You lull your enemy into a false sense of security before you sneak attack.
I don't think Kate was planning that, though. I think Kate felt like they're making me go to therapy and they're telling me that I'm the one causing all the drama here. I guess I'll retreat and just hug it out to make nice.
See, I need to sit the people in this movie down and teach them some things.
You do.
Yeah, they need to learn.
They do. Yeah, so you think that Kate was actually seriously throwing in the towel?
I just think it was a weird beat in the movie. I don't even necessarily think she's throwing in the towel, but to me, that's the only explanation why she would hug in that moment, right after she just got into a fight with her.
It could have been played differently.
It's not like Anna was ever in the course of this movie one of her friends, and maybe she's sort of wondering maybe I've been a little harsh on her. This is somebody that she has hated from moment one.
Because
I don't know. It could have been played more out of obligation, or
Yeah.
Something
because
like
that is true, because if she was plotting, because in other Lifetime movies, they'll do the hug and then they would have showed Kate's face behind her back and it would have been like a mean face.
Yeah.
Right. That would have worked better.
So Mr. Olsen is in like hiding behind the door in Coach Johnson's office, and he's like, "You gotta believe me. I caught her vaping nicotine."
Evil creature.
He thinks, oh, this girl's gotta be a murderer because I caught her vaping nicotine on school property.
Well, it's a gateway drug.
So then I love the next scene because the girls are in the shower and the coach just goes and just picks up the bag. Like the coach is basically kind of like, enough of this shit.
Yeah,
I'm putting an end to this.
She goes right to Anna's bag and immediately finds vials of honey.
Right.
Yeah, she's carrying this around with her.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you drug people. You got to bring it.
Well,
with you.
Well,
yeah,
so. You
that's
never
true.
know when you're going to run into someone who you want to kill.
You do need it handy.
Right.
In fact, she should carry it in a little keychain.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Squirt of the people.
But I love that the coach just was just like, enough, and just grabbed the bag. So then she finds the bag, and then Anna comes in, and then the coach like gives her, okay, this next part was hilarious because Anna comes into the office, the coach confronts her, and Anna has a bat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so Anna picks up the bat, and so then it changes the scene. The scene changes, so you know that Anna hit her in the head with a bat. But when Kate goes into the coach's office, Anna has a syringe, and the coach is laying on the ground looking beautiful, not a mark on her after she'd been hit in the head with a bat. No blood. The hair was perfect. The makeup was perfect. And she just looked like she was like Sleeping Beauty, like lying on the ground.
Even funnier than that is they even later in the movie, and there's not much left, but later in the movie, they reference the coach has a scar from this incident.
Yeah.
Really?
But there was no blood.
No.
And
never looked better.
And there was a chance for them to show blood more than once. Mm-hmm. Oh, but then Anna is getting ready to shoot the coach up with a syringe. So I guess she had a syringe in her backpack too. And then Kate walks in and she sees Anna with the syringe. And Kate reminded me, one of those days where you've just had it. You've just had enough.
Mm-hmm.
Kate was having one of those days. Because even though Anna had the big giant syringe, Kate's like, bitch, you picked the wrong day to mess with me because I am just over it. And goes in to beat her up, even though she has.
It was the lamest and most awesome fight scene ever, though. It seemed like an SNL sketch because Kate goes to hit her, Anna blocks, and then Kate blocks the other arm. So, like, they're basically holding each other's arms, keeping them from moving in either direction. And it's just a bunch of, like, shots of each of them staring at each other and the syringe, like, waving in the air until Kate finally gains the strength to overcome Anna and shoves the syringe into Anna.
And then I loved Anna's face. And she looked like Gollum, and like when she slunk out of the room with the syringe in her side.
I forgot about that. I just hit the microphone with my head again.
I missed it. I looked away.
She slumped out of the room. And then Kate goes and like helps the coach up, and the coach, like I said, not a mark, nothing.
Well, and Kate, like the coach has been hit with a baseball bat, is on the ground unconscious, and Kate's just like, wake up.
It's like she's just hitting the head with a bat.
As if she's like taking a nap. As if just saying wake up is going to be like, oh yeah, I was kind of tired there, but I'm okay now.
It's an alternate form of CPR, I guess. Just the coaxing.
So then we cut to 2 weeks later. This movie had to think about 2 weeks. Because then it was 2 weeks later. And so Vivica's having tea with the mean cop.
She's nice now.
Like, she's nice now, though. And this is where she says that the coach has like a scar, but no permanent damage. She's fine. She's still beautiful, folks.
Okay, good.
And then they're having tea, and then because then this is the part where Vivica looks at the camera and was like, she picked the wrong cheer coach.
Yeah. Here, I'll play it for you. Here we go.
One thing's for certain. She definitely picked the wrong cheer captain.
But she did it with like the light illuminating, and she had a close up.
But she didn't, though, because Anna was the cheer captain.
True.
Right?
But she was the wrong one.
Oh,
she was the wrong one.
Yeah, she was the wrong one. In other words, like the coach should have picked
I see what
Kate.
you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. But she chose the wrong one.
Because she's killing people.
I'm getting sleepy. I'm blaming it on that.
Well, okay,
this scene was amazing also because they had this whole back and forth explaining that Coach Johnson is in the hospital but recovering with a scar, that blah blah blah. They all the exposition, and then I don't know if it's Vivica or Kate that says, yes, but we know all of this information. Why did you come talk to us? Basically say like, hey, yeah, you keep repeating information in these Lifetime movies. Let's just cut to the chase and tell us what's really going on. And that's when we cut to the final moment.
And she's in Anna's in a straitjacket, laying on a bed, just making like a mean face to the camera. And then didn't she start laughing?
Yeah,
she's happy
there.
Like a
no, actually, that was last week's movie. That was Do You Know Your Boyfriend? The villain from that movie had an evil laugh at the end. This one, I don't think she did.
She was just smiling.
Yeah,
she definitely was. Now they're gonna have a sequel. Most of these movies, they don't have sequels.
Well, you know, my favorite wrong ending is like when the person like they hit the villain with the baseball bat, but then they go back and the villain is gone, and then they show and they're in California, and then they show China, and then the villain's like, "Hi, I'm Margaret, your new nanny."
Yeah, they basically set it up where it could be a sequel, even though it's not, where the villain is off scamming somebody else, which is essentially what those Eric Roberts movies are. The doctor ones, Stalked by My Doctor.
Yes. Yes, we're about due to watch another one of those soon.
We've only got one left so far.
Really? That's it?
I think we cycled through all the ones that are currently out there, yes.
Actually, no, I think we have two.
Okay.
I think we have two. Because there's 5 of them.
Okay.
And we've seen 3. So yeah, we've got 2 left.
Okay.
Well, and that was it. I love, no matter how dumb they are, I love a wrong movie.
This one was super dumb, and I loved it. It was so stupid and insane, and it knew it was stupid and insane and all over the place, and it's like, yeah, let's keep doing more of it.
And that's my favorite part, because they're like, okay, we're just going to entertain you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Yes, I enjoyed it. And I'm in favor of this Coach Johnson. I'd like to work with her.
Well, you never know. You never know. And she,
maybe
she could be in a Hallmark movie.
No, we were making fun of her. I don't know.
Well, no, not after we talked about her.
No, I guess that's too late. Should have thought of that at the beginning of the show. We'll tell her. Come on the show, but don't listen to this one episode.
I picture her coming on the show and saying, "I'm a huge fan. I love all the nice things you've said about me."
I'll take it.
You know who I would? You know who I would love? I would love Vivica A. Fox.
I absolutely would love Vivica A. Fox and Eric Roberts and Jackee.
Oh yeah.
And I bet they'd be fun. I bet Vivica would be a lot of fun.
I think so too.
Because she seems nice. She seems nice, actually.
And, she's a producer on these movies. She's not a dumb woman. She knows the movies that she's making. So she. Oh yeah. And Lifetime knows it too. They promote them in a very bonkers way because they know that's what they are. They have their own podcast about them as well. So they get it. They're in on the joke.
And that's the difference between Hallmark and Lifetime, because Hallmark is very earnest about their movies and they're very precious about their movies. And Lifetime's like, oh, we don't give a shit. Yeah. We know.
Yeah, Hallmark takes themselves a little too seriously, whereas Lifetime is like, oh, fuck no, we're not doing that.
We know. And you guys know we're only a month away from Christmas.
Don't even
movies.
say that. I'm not thinking about that yet. It's still August.
Please.
As we record, I should correct. As we record, this is still August. This will be out in September.
Right, and because didn't they start Christmas movies in October last year?
They did right after Halloween, I believe. But they're showing a lot of reruns at that point.
Right.
I can wait.
Gearing up.
I don't.
I think there's some autumn movies first.
Yeah, that's right. Because Hallmark has autumn.
There's a harvest something. Yeah.
Yeah. Autumn harvest.
Yeah.
So get ready for those.
Which is my OnlyFans porn name. Hi, I'm Autumn Harvest.
But
Autumn Harvest.
I think this is going to be the first time in the history of this podcast that we are going to have Lifetime movies 3 weeks in a row.
Possibly.
Because we have to watch the Harry and Meghan.
That's fine. Let's do it.
Sure. It's our show. No one's telling us what to do.
I predict some smackting. Just
smacking?
Some schmacting.
What is
just melodramatic.
Oh, got it. Oh, schmaltzy acting, you mean?
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
I am geared up for that.
So so Prince Harry, Meghan Fox.
No, Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle.
Oh.
That would be good if Megan Fox was in it, though.
Wow.
Well, if you want to find me, you can find me on my website, leskirkendallbarrett.com. I also have another podcast called A Lifetime of... Actually, I have two other podcasts. I have one called A Lifetime... no, that's the
us.
current one. I have one called The Reality Reading Rainbow, where I talk about books with my co-host, Victoria Wood, and it's mostly books by Bravo celebrities, and those are people on the Bravo channel. And we're going to be starting a new book, actually, by Dorinda, who we talked about earlier in the podcast, who has an OnlyFans.
Oh, great. We come full circle, too.
Right. And then my other podcast, I talk about soap operas. It's called Less Love Soaps. Jason.
Please rate and review us. We would love your 5-star reviews on whatever podcasting platform you listen to us on. It helps more people find the show. And the more people that find us, the more we can keep doing this. You can find all of us on Instagram at Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast. And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Big Shot Jason. Kurt.
Much like Anna from the movie we just watched, I suspiciously don't have a lot of social media. But I am on kurtfitzpatrick.com, Kurt with a K. And the woman who played Coach Johnson is welcome to contact me. We can have a tea and discuss acting.
I have to go to an admin meeting, so I'm going to leave things in Anna's hands.
We can go to an admin meeting together.
You're the park ranger.
Yes, I'll be the park ranger, and she can be the cheerleading coach.
It's an interesting role play.
We'll make magic together. Just put it out there. I wouldn't be surprised if I hear from her.
Magic together.
Throwing it out there.
Well, we're done. So I'm gonna go and talk to my loud family now. My loud husband and my loud daughter. Actually, my daughter wasn't loud. My loud husband.
I just heard him.
They heard you.
The Loud family were in the very first documentary reality show.
He's like, I'm not loud, and then it's like they heard you.
An American
He's
Family.
British.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
You know what I'm talking about.
Family.
The Loud.
And then didn't James Gandolfini do like a movie about the family? Like
maybe
they did a movie about the family. I think James Gandolfini was in it.
I don't know.
The late great James Gandolfini. I'm gonna go. So until next week, bye.
Bye.
Bye.